I love trying new things in the kitchen. And sometimes an idea just gets stuck in my head. Recently, I've been thinking about this glaze I usually make for chicken wings. The kind that can make pretty much anything taste good. And I started wondering what would happen if I tried using it with cauliflower, with pickled daikon, carrots, and beetroot on the side. Before I even started, part of the daikon froze in the fridge. Not off to the best start. But anyways, in my head, this dish just makes sense. Something crunchy, sweet, sticky, and a little spicy. Served in lettuce wraps with sprouts, sesame seeds, and all those pickles on top. At least to me, that sounds really good. Now the thing with pickles is that they are not made that quickly. People always say quick pickles, but they still need time to become pickles. So this dish required a bit of planning. I actually prepped quite a lot for this. Different toppings, the glaze, all the vegetables. I felt really invested in this. Where I come from, we have this saying: a bad workman always blames his tools. But hear me out. Sometimes the tool is the problem. And this mandolin, I don't know, it's just not doing me any good. It's better to cut everything by hand than using this crap. At least then I know what's happening. And also, don't do what I do here. Don't try to wrestle with sharp kitchen tools that clearly hate you. It's not worth it.
What the? It's not giving me what I want.
Something I tend to find a bit funny is that there is a kitchen machine or tool for everything. There are useful ones like the ones for peeling, shredding, grating, slicing.
A little bit bigger than that. Yeah, I think so.
But there are also those ones that feel like they were invented just because someone wanted to invent something. Someone looked for a solution without first checking if there was actually a problem. Anyway, growing up, we didn't really have all this luxury. The kitchen tools I knew were basically a knife, a pestle and mortar, a spatula, some saucepans, and that's pretty much it. I never really saw all these specialized gadgets. So when the good tools stop working, I just go back to the basics. Nothing beats a good old knife. Lately, I've been making a lot of these vegetable-based recipes. Cabbage, leeks, onions. Just taking really simple ingredients and trying to transform them into something unexpected. And as someone who also loves cooking meat, I have to say, they have turned out amazingly well. And it's been a lot of fun. It's made cooking feel a bit more playful. I've also been enjoying cooking without really knowing if something will work or not. Just trying ideas because they seem interesting. And seeing where they end up. One thing I've noticed with cooking is that sometimes the idea of a dish is almost more exciting than the actual dish itself. You start imagining the textures, the flavors, and how everything is going to come together. And in my head, it already tastes incredible. I think that's also why cooking can be frustrating sometimes. There is sometimes this gap between the version you imagined and the version that ends up on the plate. An idea about something and reality don't always match perfectly. But I still think that's part of the fun. It's part of doing something creative, whether it's cooking, building, designing, painting. It doesn't always turn out how you thought it would. But I think every dish, every experiment usually teaches you something useful for the next dish. At least that's what I tell myself to feel better about the situation. One of the reasons I love cooking is that food tells the truth very quickly. Sometimes you watch a recipe and you can just feel and tell that it probably doesn't taste very good, or that it didn't really work out the way they hoped. And I don't like when people pretend otherwise. Not just about the result, but about the process too. Because if something isn't right, it usually shows. Food has a very hard time lying. And that's also what makes cooking interesting. You are constantly experimenting, trying things, adjusting, and occasionally discovering something amazing by accident. Now, unfortunately, this was not one of those amazing accidents, because this did not come out the way I wanted it to. The glaze itself is actually really good, but the cauliflower just doesn't work. The glaze doesn't stick to it, and the cauliflower itself became soft in a not so good way. It's just weird. And I don't want to call it gross, because individually the components are fine. The glaze is amazing, but together with the cauliflower, to put it simply, I don't even want to eat it. I guess this is just one of those days. The tools are not cooperating. The food doesn't come out right. The things don't work the way you imagine they would. But I kind of want to figure out what went wrong with the cauliflower here. Because somewhere in my head, this dish still feels like it should work. Maybe roasted longer. Maybe deep fried fast. Maybe no oil. I don't know yet. But the cauliflower in this version, don't even bother making it. The pickles though, those I will make again. And the glaze is still incredible on actual chicken wings. Do make those.